Boban Marjanovic has been one of the NBA's most beloved players since arriving from Serbia in 2015. Between his massive height, monstrous hands, and larger-than-life personality, Boban has captured the hearts of many teammates and fans during his 6-year tenure. Let's take a closer look into the life of this fan-favorite Serbian giant. Net worth. Boban's net worth has gradually increased since he's entered the league. After signing a meager one-year $1.2 million deal with the Spurs in 2015, Boban struck gold with a 3-year $21 million offer sheet from the Pistons in 2016. Despite this lucrative offer, Boban considered turning it down as he enjoyed playing for the Spurs so much. However, Coach Popovich eventually convinced Boban to sign the deal. Since signing that deal, Boban has earned another contract for over $7 million from the Mavericks. Currently, his net worth stands at roughly $20 million. Boban's life journey. Boban grew up in eastern Serbia in a tiny town called Boljevac that had a population of roughly 3,000 people. He was one of 2 children, with his older sister being his only sibling. Boban was mainly raised by his mother, who was very supportive of Boban growing up. He credits her for his upbringing and foundation, as he's not been very public about his relationship with his father. Nonetheless, his father was his main influence in pursuing the game of basketball, as he played professionally in Serbia as well. Amazingly, Boban does not get his height from either side of his family. His father's only 5'9", while his mother is even shorter at 5'6". Across all his other family members and relatives, only his uncle stands above 6'4". So it's not likely that his abnormal height is due to genetics. His height is likely attributed to a pituitary gland condition, which causes abnormal growth during adolescent development. Boban stood at an astonishingly tall 6'10" by the time he was 14, eventually filling out to be 7'4" by the time he was around 20 years of age. Despite his extreme height, Boban preferred to play volleyball growing up instead of basketball. The main reason that he didn't pursue volleyball is because there was no club near his hometown growing up. So Marjanovic decided to try his hand at basketball instead. By the time he was 14 years old, Boban stood at 6'10" and was preparing to sign his first professional basketball contract. At age 14, Boban left his hometown and signed with a professional Serbian team called Hemofarm. During those years, Boban played on several teams, earning 3 league MVPs before landing an NBA contract in July of 2015. The high point of his international career came while he was a member of CSKA Moscow, which is where he earned his 3 league MVPs. Despite his status as an NBA player along with his extreme height, Boban is an extremely social and fun-loving guy. He values his family more than anything and loves to spend most of his free time with them. However, when he's not able to spend time with them on the court, he's developed a reputation of being a fan favorite with each of the 4 teams that he's been with during his career. Boban has stated that one of his favorite things to do is to shake hands with other people, as he likes to make them feel welcome and enjoys the social interaction with others. What's your favorite Boban moment? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Wife and family. Boban met his wife, Milica, at a birthday party back in Serbia nearly a decade ago. Him and Milica had mutual friends, so they happened to show up to the same party and hit it off instantly, building a friendship for several years prior to dating. Milica is 2 years older than Boban and is currently an Instagram influencer and model. The couple dated for almost 6 years before tying the knot in 2014, being happily married since then. Interestingly enough, the couple actually had 2 wedding ceremonies. Their first one was on the coastline of Mexico in July of 2014, while their second one was 10 days later back in their home country of Serbia. Prior to their marriage, they had their first son, Vuk, in 2011. They had their second child, Petar, in 2015. Both Petar and Luke currently live in Dallas with their mother and Boban, so it's clear they're a pretty close-knit family despite their father's demanding work schedule as a professional athlete. Both Milica and Boban love to take trips to exotic places with their 2 children, often posting pictures on social media to document their various experiences. A majority of Boban's free time is spent with his 2 children whom he loves dearly, along with his wife. Not too much is known about Boban's extended family, although his parents do come to spend time with him in the United States. All in all, they seem to have a very happy family altogether. How he spends his money. While Boban isn't necessarily breaking the bank with his NBA contracts, he's made quite a nice living for himself and his family. So how does the 7'4" Serbian spend his money? Well, for one, we know that Boban and his wife spend most of their offseason either traveling to exotic locations or spending time in their home country of Serbia. While it's unknown for sure whether he has a home in Serbia, one can assume he likely has purchased some property, as he said that he plans to return home after his playing days are over. Besides a possible home in Serbia, he obviously has a home in Dallas where he currently resides. Boban also owns a home in Manhattan Beach, California from his playing days with the Los Angeles Clippers. As for cars, Boban's been seen in several car commercials over the years. As for his personal fleet, he owns a 2015 Jeep Wrangler Sport 2-door, which he often shows off in his social media profiles. Marjanovic also owns a Tesla SP 100D, along with a black Range Rover. As for fashion, Boban is a moderately stylish dresser, however he doesn't spend very much money on his wardrobe overall. Other than his cars, homes, and vacations, Boban's a family man who enjoys spending most of his time and money on experiences with his kids and wife. Those are likely the best investments in his eyes, as you can't put a price on memories. Charity work. As mentioned above, Boban's a very giving man who spends a lot of time mentoring and giving back to the communities that he resides in. Along his 4 NBA stops, he's volunteered quite often by hosting basketball camps and clinics for youth. Boban volunteers at the Boys and Girls Club of Dallas quite often, serving as a strong presence for the adolescents who spend time there. While a member of the Philadelphia 76ers, Boban was part of the Sixers youth, volunteering by putting on various drives, basketball clinics, and helping the local community. Boban enjoys spending his time with youth and serving as a role model for them, as he knows that his unique size makes him stick out as an individual and therefore he can magnify his impact because of it. He's often seen posing with fans and children at his clinics who marvel at his massive hands and extreme height, both of which he embraces with a smile. It's clear that no matter where he is, Boban's always willing to give a giant helping hand. Interesting facts. Boban's a man of many traits. While he does spend most of his time playing basketball and being with his family, that hasn't stopped the 7'4" fan favorite from trying his hand in other hobbies as well. Boban has appeared in several movies during his time as a professional basketball player, including John Wick Chapter 3 and We Will Be the World of Champions. He appears in the first scene of the movie as a giant assassin trying to kill Keanu Reeves, which has garnered much attention. Boban is one of few current players who can say that they're both a professional basketball player and a Hollywood actor. A unique honor to have. Another interesting fact about the Mavericks center is his consistent eating habits with every meal. Boban eats soup every single day, which he claims is attributed to his muscular frame. He does this because it reflects his Serbian roots, where soup is included in most daily meals. Boban has stated that he always eats his soup before starting his main course, and can never finish eating until he has some sort of dessert. Another one of Boban's signature traits are his massive hands. He has some of the largest hands of any player in the history of the league, garnering so much attention that a Reddit stream was started solely for Boban's ginormous hands. Pictures of Boban holding items, including an Xbox controller, a telephone, and a steering wheel, all demonstrate the true magnitude of his hands. This is just another reason why Boban is a fan favorite to many, as he seems not to be bothered by people mesmerizing over his extreme height and hand size. Boban can even dunk without jumping, as his 7'10" wingspan allows him to reach over the rim with relative ease. Marjanovic has even bent a rim in-game before, causing a stoppage so the referees could adjust it back. Despite his unique hand size and easygoing personality, Boban is likely best known for his well-publicized bromance with former teammate Tobias Harris. He and Harris first met when Boban signed with the Pistons back in 2016, although they didn't hit it off instantly. According to reports, the first thing Boban said to Tobias is, "I don't like you." Harris, being an easygoing guy like Marjanovic, became determined to build a friendship with him. After another trade sent the pair to Los Angeles in 2018, Bobby and Toby began to hit it off. Between their on-court antics and off-court fun, the two decided to launch a web series called Bobby and Toby, where they publicly documented their adventures together. Although the series was only 3 episodes long and is currently on pause, it's clear that these two will always have a special connection despite being on different teams now. Which fact about Boban surprised you the most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to leave a like on the video, and subscribe for more NBA content.